Buffer log, 0xf01, connection, established, ice level, critical, sensory input, Pacifica District 07. The smell of Pacifica is a mix of sea salt, rotting concrete and burning insulation. It's a place where the law of the NCPD stops at the roadblocks and the law of the Voodoo Boys begins in the deep architecture of the net. My name is Kalen Voss, but on the wires they call me SIF3R. I don't take jobs from fixers who want me to steal cars or hit a rival gang's stash. I take the jobs that involve the black wool, the digital border between our world and the rogue AIs that want to tear our minds apart. Tonight, I'm inside the Grand Imperial Cathedral, a hollowed-out ruin that serves as a high-speed data hub for a cell of Voodoo Netrunners. They've managed to pull a hex from beyond the wall, a parasitic piece of code that's currently eating its way through the city's power grid. If it reaches the Arasaka subnet, Night City goes dark and the ghosts take over. 1 minute and 12 seconds. Physical action. I slide behind a rusted confession booth as a volley of smart rounds chews through the wood. The tracers are a sickly purple, indicating specialized voodoo-coded ammunition. I can hear the Voodoo Boys shouting in Haitian Creole, their voices echoing off the vaulted stone ceiling. Tigas. The outsider is in the hub. Burn his deck. A woman screams, Sister Malika, the cell leader. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Neural overlay, I close my eyes and dive. My vision snaps from the dark cathedral to a world of neon blue geometry. I see the local subnet, a forest of glowing pillars representing the server racks. But the forest is dying. A massive purple and black cloud of hex code is swirling around the central altar, manifesting as 1,000 screaming digital faces. Cyberpsychosis. Uploaded. I whisper, my fingers dancing across my wrist deck. In the physical world, I lunge from cover. In the net, I launch a synapse burnout demon. One of the Voodoo guards, a massive man with a cybernetic jaw, suddenly stops mid-shot. His eyes glow a violent red. He turns his shotgun toward his own squad and pulls the trigger. The explosion of meat and chrome is a mess of red against the purple neon. 2 minutes and 15 seconds, sensory burst. The air around me suddenly feels cold, impossibly cold. My internal thermostat is screaming, warning, extreme hypothermia. This is the hex. It's trying to freeze my blood by hacking my suit's thermal regulator. Not today, you digital freak. I engage my Sandevistan MK.4. The world slows down to a crawl. The rain of plaster falling from the ceiling becomes stationary white dust. The muzzle flashes of the Voodoo Boys' rifles are static blooms of orange. I move like a ghost, weaving through the frozen bullets. I draw my thermal katana, the blade hissing as it heats to 3,000 degrees. I reach the first line of defenders. I don't just slice, I measure. I cut through the arm of a Netrunner, the blade cauterizing the wound instantly. I pivot, driving the heated tip of the katana through the icy plating of another guard's chest. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Code breach, beep beep. My deck chirps. Sister Malika has initiated a black ice counterhack. A digital hound, a wolf made of jagged obsidian pixels, lunges at my consciousness in the net. Its jaws are made of null code. If it bites, I forget how to breathe. Counter protocol, Hellhound, I command. I manifest a digital shield of white-hot data. The obsidian wolf hits the shield and shatters into a million fragments. But the hex is getting stronger. The purple fog in the cathedral is becoming solid, forming hard light tentacles that whip through the air, smashing the marble statues of saints into gravel. One tentacle catches me across the ribs. I'm thrown 20 feet, crashing into a stack of server racks. My HUD flickers. Integrity, 62%. Neural link, unstable. You are a flea, SIF3R. Malika's voice echoes through my head, amplified by the hex. We are the bridge to the gods. You are just a man afraid to drown. I cough up a mouthful of copper-tasting blood and stand up. My katana is humming, the energy cell depleted. I drop the sword and reach for my Unity pistol. Old school, kinetic, no smart link. You can't hack a lead bullet. I'm not afraid to drown, Malika, I rasp. I just know how to swim in the dark. I sprint toward the altar, the center of the hex. The floor is shifting now, the stone tiles turning into a liquid silver data stream. I fire my pistol, bang bang bang. The bullets don't hit Malika, they hit the coolant tanks behind her. Liquid nitrogen erupts in a white cloud, flash freezing the hardware. The Voodoo Boys' Netrunners shriek as their decks overheat, their cooling systems unable to fight the sudden thermal shock. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Final dive. I plug my monowire directly into the altar core. The world disappears. I am standing in the center of the Blackwall. The Hex is here, a gargantuan multi-eyed entity of purple fire. It lunges at me, its logic bells ringing a frequency that should liquefy my brain. System override, chaos upload. I don't try to out-hack it. I unlock my own mind. I feed the Hex every bit of raw, unrefined human trauma I've ever seen in Night City, the screams of the dying, the greed of the core, the absolute chaos of the streets. It's garbage data of the highest order. The Hex stops. The screaming faces in the code turn into expressions of pure, digital confusion. A machine built on logic cannot process the absolute absurdity of human suffering. Erase. The purple fire turns to gray ash. The digital cathedral in my mind collapses, the pillars of light falling into a dark, silent ocean. 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Lognerskov, I gasp as my eyes snap open. The cathedral is quiet. The purple neon is gone. The Hex is dead. Sister Malika is slumped over her console, her neural ports smoking, her eyes blank. The remaining Voodoo boys have vanished into the shadows of Pacifica, leaving their dead behind. The Blackwall has settled, the red static fading back into the deep dark of the net. I stand up, my legs shaking. I pull my monowire from the altar, the glowing blue thread retracting into my wrist with a soft hiss. I look out through the shattered stained glass window. The sun is just starting to hit the ruins of the Pacifica skyline, turning the rusted metal into a fool's gold. I pick up my katana, the blade cold and dark. I don't check for loot. I don't check for survivors. I just walk toward the exit, the sound of my heavy boots on the stone floor the only heartbeat left in the church. The job is done. The city is still here. The ghosts are still hungry, but for tonight, the door is locked. System shut down, power, 5%. User, Sci Fi 3 or status, offline. The silence of the ruins is the only reward I need. I vanish into the morning mist, and the net hums a quiet, lonely tune. The altar is cold. The code is silent. The voodoo has been deleted.